Project Global Village Honduras. PAG. 40 years working for the sustainable development of Honduras. The history of Project Global Village begins before its foundation, with the vision of its executive director Chester Thomas. After witnessing the needs of the communities and their longing to have a more decent life, with a vision of transforming needs into strength, PAG empowers the local population through community development models. PAG's employees are committed to changing families' mindsets and improving their manner of living, focusing on developing healthy, prosperous, and sustainable communities. And God said, "Behold, I have given you every plant that bears seed, which is on all the earth, and every tree that bears fruit and seed, they will be for you to eat." Genesis 1:29.
Hablar de Don Chet Thomas es hablar de un alma sencilla, humilde, muy generosa y con un gran corazón para Honduras. Su inicio y su llegada a Honduras precisamente fue para ayudarnos con la crisis del huracán Fifi. Él llega así con un movimiento de su iglesia en Estados Unidos y fue ahí donde conoció a don Jacobo Núñez, siendo parte del CEDEN, el Comité de Emergencia Evangélica Nacional en aquel tiempo. Y fue así como surge una gran amistad y él se queda en Honduras, desarrollando un corazón con mucho amor y mucho interés por ayudar a esta nación.
1980s. Year 1983 was crucial. Project Global Village in Honduras is legally incorporated as a non-governmental not-for-profit organization in Honduras. It begins operating in Cortez County, in the community of San Isidro, municipality of Santa Cruz de Yohoa. Two great distinctive pillars of Project Global Village are developed: community health and agricultural production. PAG's volunteers did not stop participating. It created new expectations to face the new challenges ahead.
Fue ahí como por el 80 o el 81. Los visitó el señor Chet Thomas y recogió a 6 representantes de comunidades, a donde los hizo preguntas de qué necesidades teníamos. Dijimos que sí teníamos muchas necesidades, pero más era de salud, porque había muchos niños enfermos, desnutridos. Entonces, y había escogido lo que más tenía necesidad la comunidad, que era salud. Y dijo, bueno, venimos listos para trabajar con salud, pero en medicina preventiva.
Nosotros íbamos a la comunidad y capacitábamos, digamos, en medicina natural a las mujeres. Les enseñábamos a tejer, a bordar, les enseñábamos cómo hacer pan, cómo hacer comida de soya, y les enseñábamos en eso también la parte de nutrición, ¿verdad? La parte de nutrición que era tan necesaria. Otra cosa en la que se enfocó Proyecto Aldea Global en esos años era en lo de implementar lo de la planificación familiar, y por eso se nos daban los casos de desnutrición, abundaban los casos de diarrea, de vómitos, de neumonía, se nos morían algunos niños, muchos casos de parasitismo, ¿verdad? Entonces también el proyecto inició a hacer proyecto teletrinización.
Due to the commitment of health volunteer leaders to visit each community, the rate of sick people greatly decreased at that time, where children were no longer dying of pneumonia complications, for example. Access to health services in the communities was essential. PAG completed the construction of the San Isidro Clinic to provide healthcare services for pregnant women, children, direct access to low-cost medicines, and reducing the costs related to traveling to health centers' main cities of the country.
No teníamos un transporte para ir a la zona de Niámbar. Nos iban a dejar a cierta parte y de ahí caminábamos. Nosotros caminamos por calles donde le decimos nosotros la pica de la línea. Ahí caminamos, dormimos en el suelo. O sea, tantas cosas que pasamos, pero ahora vienen a dar una remembranza muy bonita y un agradecimiento porque es una de las organizaciones que yo no he podido conocer otra en nuestro país.
The projection of Global Village begins to take shape. Activities were being carried out in 32 communities, and the local population began to have a greater interest in the projects. More families became involved due to the need to learn new ways of living, produce food, and ensure good health for their children. The municipality of Belén Gualshu is located in Acatepec County, bordering Guatemala and El Salvador. Remote, colorful, with great agricultural potential, lacking development opportunities due to limited access roads, Belén Gualshu, as well as its surrounding communities, did not have roads, electricity, nor drinking water. Faced with this reality, PAG initiates the Soil and Water Reservoir Conservation Project, actions that bore fruit for crop diversification and implementation of agricultural training. Farmers were supported with their agricultural production, receiving training to improve their agricultural production in order to avoid losing their harvest, traditional crops such as corn and beans. They also learned to diversify their crops and adopt techniques to improve their nutritional needs. The community organization and the change of mentality consolidate the creation of the Association of Agricultural Producers of APRICEL in Belén Gualshu. They focused on the production and processing of apples, peaches, and vegetables for sale in the local markets.
You try to think of where to start. Where do you start to begin to resolve some of the problems? And it's not always that easy. In other words, you have very few resources. You don't have a lot of things at that time that you can really draw upon and use. You have to start with almost zero. And that's the way we started here, with almost nothing. And yet, over the years, the Lord has blessed us enormously. And one of the things we've come to appreciate more and more all the time were some of the decisions that we made early on about what we were going to do in Honduras, how we were going to work with the people, how to stimulate them, how to get them to have a different mentality, a different mindset during their life and what they were doing, and maybe get them involved in some new things as well. And one of the things that keep coming out is the holistic approach to development, working at a number of different things that sort of depend on each other to make a better life.
1990s. The John Knox Presbyterian Church of Seattle, Washington in the United States, in partnership with Global Village, works to improve the living conditions in the slum urban neighborhood of Flor del Campo in Tegucigalpa, working on the construction of houses, access to drinking water, and installing electricity as the first step.
Flor del Campo no habían calles, eran unas calles que eran caminos, era monte, era un potrero. Y la mayoría de las casas eran de madera, de orilla, porque vivíamos antes, en ese tiempo funcionaba un aserradero. Y nos regalaban madera, tanto para el fuego, para cocinar y para construir lo que eran las casas. Las casas eran de cartón, con láminas de techo de zinc, algunas, otras eran así caidizos, como le llamaban, pero solo era un pequeño cuarto. Nosotros formábamos grupos de estudiantes y fue así que los iniciadores vino a una iglesia que se llama Young Knot.
Similarly, PAG implemented the Pastoral and Youth Scholarship Program in Flor del Campo. where financial scholarships are provided to at-risk students with limited family income.
Tengo un particular agradecimiento y sentimiento de amor y de aprecio sobre la beca de Aldea Global porque fue la primera beca o el primer beneficio que obtuve por el hecho de obtener buenas calificaciones, el hecho de esforzarme por obtener un desempeño académico satisfactorio. Fue la primera beca y con la cual comencé a aspirar a más. Pues miraba que el proyecto Aldea Global no solo era lo que mis primos hacían como jóvenes becarios, también observaba a algunos miembros de mi familia beneficiándose de programas de microcrédito, programas de emprendimiento, programas de asesoramiento para las mujeres. Entonces, pues, así fue como he conocido con el gran impacto del proyecto Aldea Global.
Faced with poverty and lack of opportunities by the families living in Flor del Campo, PAG starts its microcredit program to improve family income and business opportunities.
Y había mucha, digamos, se veía mucha pobreza, ¿verdad? Entonces, cuando la gente empezó a trabajar con los préstamos, entonces empezó a crecer y, claro, su calidad de vida iba mejorando.
In 1992, the government of Honduras entrusts the management of the Azul-Minber National Park, PAG Global Village, being the first non-governmental organization to manage a national park in Honduras. The main management plan of the park includes the participation of the municipalities and the surrounding communities.
Entonces Aldea Global estaba muy interesado, ¿verdad?, en que esta zona fuera protegida a perpetuidad por la importancia que da al área. Una, porque es una zona productora de agua, ¿verdad?, para las represas del Cajón y para Cañaveral, ¿verdad? Más lo que más le interesa al proyecto Aldea Global, sus pobladores, ¿verdad?, porque una buena parte del agua que el parque produce también va para las comunidades. Entonces, lo primero es el tema del agua, ¿verdad?, la importancia. Lo segundo es el recurso bosque, ¿verdad? Una buena zona del parque es una zona de bosque de pino que se trata de proteger a perpetuidad, ¿verdad?, para que las comunidades puedan tener agua potable de forma permanente, agua para consumo humano. También con el potencial turístico que se tiene en la parte oeste del parque, en el lago de Yohoa, y que Aldea Global fue desarrollando con el tiempo, ¿verdad? Durante muchos años los esfuerzos encaminaron hasta lograr en 1992 el primer convenio de comanejo en todo Honduras.
The water in El Cajon hydroelectric plant comes from PAG. Global Village captured and installed 68 water systems, creating permanent sources of employment, promoting education in the communities, towards the conservation and rational use of the forest, and supplying water to hundreds of communities. Another important infrastructure project was the construction of a ferry boat system to move vehicles and people through the El Cajon 300 megawatts hydroelectric dam. With the construction of this dam, more than 100 communities were isolated from the largest centers of commerce. PAG decided to build a system of ferry boats that would serve as a means of transportation to move vehicles, agricultural products, livestock, and people through the reservoir area.
Nosotros hacíamos programas definidos, ¿verdad?, lo que era impulsando lo que era la educación ambiental, así empíricamente lo hacíamos, pero ¿verdad?, se buscaban temas específicos para desarrollar la parte más fácil que las comunidades o las personas pudiesen entender dentro del ámbito comunitario, ¿verdad? Y teníamos, como antes dije, la visión perfecta, ¿verdad?, hacia dónde íbamos. Entonces eso fue, ¿verdad?, para que nosotros fuéramos inyectando sabiduría a la gente en las comunidades. Anteriormente, ¿verdad?, en todos los énfasis organizativos internos dentro de las comunidades, luego municipales, ¿verdad?, como el apoyo fundamental en la parte jurídica.
Sustaining a park like PAG required investment in the tourism sector due to its magnitude and beauty. PAG initiates a sustainable strategy through the sale of ecotourism services for lodging, food, and events. In western Honduras, municipality of Belengualshu, the first agricultural processing and packaging center was constructed. After harvesting the abundant agricultural production, It was crucial to have roads from the farmer's field in order to get their crops out to the markets. Without roads, there is no development. Faced with this situation, PAG acquires road repair and construction machinery, managing to open over 120 kilometers of new access roads to support farm producers. Taking advantage of this business opportunity, the women also created their production groups. The first fruit and jam processing plant was inaugurated in Belen Gualshu municipality. More than 300 Lenca Indian families sold their products to formal markets. In the same way, 5 farm marketing centers were built, as well as a distribution center with cold rooms. In 1999, PAG incorporates the theme of human rights of women and the family. The DEBRA program provides education, counseling, and support to women and children who are victims of domestic violence. Lacking economic resources to defend themselves legally and acquiring knowledge of their human rights.
En ese tiempo el área de influencia estaba en el área de Lajas y La Libertad, entonces allí comenzamos a trabajar en el 2001 debido a que habían casos de violencia doméstica. En ese tiempo, pues el programa Débora solamente trabajaba el eje de violencia doméstica y la parte de capacitación, sensibilización a las mujeres directamente, trabajando el tema de autoestima y violencia doméstica, derechos de la mujer. Esos eran los temas que nosotros abordábamos en ese tiempo.
The offices of the DEBRA program were in the Global Villages office in the municipality of Siguatepec. Favorable results were achieved in the population. Over 1,800 cases of domestic violence were attended each year.
Nuestro enfoque ha sido el fortalecimiento de capacidades en diferentes actores, tales como representantes de los gobiernos locales o de las alcaldías a través de las oficinas de mujer, de niñez y adolescencia, así como directores municipales de justicia, que son figuras emblemáticas en lo que es el municipio. Hemos tomado también fortalecer actores de sociedad civil como representantes de educación, de salud, iglesias, asociaciones o incluso otras instituciones que están en la zona cobertura del proyecto. Y por último, hemos venido también desarrollando un trabajo con los operadores de justicia.
PAG approach has been to strengthen relationships with different actors. In 2021, PAG's DEBRA program was recognized for its valuable work in the promotion, defense, and strengthening of human rights in Honduras. Receiving the National Human Rights Award by the National Human Rights Commissioner in Honduras. 2000 to 2019. In the tourist center's Panicam Lodge and La Naturaleza, personnel for hotels, restaurants, and tourism were hired. For 30 years, Panicam has been co-managed by Proyecto Global Village. It is located in Santa Cruz de Yohoa. The nature reserve, declared a national park in 1985, is a protected area with 31,000 hectares of forest crossed by rivers and streams. Currently working on a sustainability project for the park, aimed at protecting natural resources and promoting social benefit projects in nearby communities.
Trabajamos organizando a las juntas de agua para que ellos tengan sus propias personerías jurídicas y gestionen recursos. Damos acompañamiento técnico y también acompañamiento en asesoramiento de los sistemas de agua potable. Entonces, nosotros a través del proyecto Aldea Global generamos trabajo, generamos empleo, también tenemos el tema de salud, construcción de viviendas, construcción de sistemas de agua potable, el mejoramiento de escuelas, y todo esto contribuye a que la gente vea el desarrollo que está generando Aldea Global. Por eso es que le apuestan y le están apoyándonos en este sentido.
Panicam has a permanent plant nursery to reforest 1,661 acres of forest affected by the pine beetle. 70 communities are being reforested with species native to the area.
Y en ese plan de restauración nosotros tenemos 755 hectáreas que recuperar, y dentro de esas 755 tenemos
597 hectáreas que son de falla total, donde no quedó ninguna planta en pie, y esas áreas pues nosotros las estamos recuperando actualmente, y ese es el objetivo principal de este vivero que podemos observar.
Every sunrise at Panicam Lodge is an unforgettable experience. Appreciate the immense mountains, the flight and the singing of many birds. Take walks along the free trails Sinai, El Venado, and Los Vencejos to have direct contact with nature. 2 bird watching towers. Waterfalls of crystal clear water that come down from the mountain feed Lake Yohoa and the El Cajon Dam. The kayak ride, which takes place in the calm waters of the Yure River basin, supervised by a certified rescue team. Panicam also offers hotel and restaurant services at La Naturaleza Tourist Center, located on the CA5 highway, where tourists can enjoy the butterfly garden with 120 different species. The tree house. Swimming pool. More trails for bird watching. And a convention center overlooking the beautiful Lake Yohoa. Due to its commitment to the environment and the communities that are within, Panicam is the only park in Latin America which has expanded its park area starting with 25 square kilometers in 1992 to 316 square kilometers today. Panicam Awards and Honors. In 2009, the National Environmental Award. 2016 Copan Awards. 2021 to 30 Wonders of Honduras, Bicentennial Edition. From the protection of the Azul Limber National Park to the protection of human life, PAG strengthens the Community Health and Microcredit Program CHOM, recognized by the Ministry of Health as a model of community health in Honduras. With 40 years of experience, it is a sustainable program that focuses its actions on reinforcing prenatal care education and child growth through different child nutrition intervention strategies.
En el 2001 se inició con el programa de atención integral a la niñez en la comunidad, que básicamente era cuidar que los padres pudieran mejorar la alimentación de sus hijos, hacerse cargo de ellos, tratando de que su salud estuviera bien para que pudieran crecer adecuadamente. Hoy en día el programa de salud no solamente se enfoca en la parte de nutrición de los niños, sino también que cómo curar enfermedades prevalentes en las comunidades a través de los fondos comunales. También el programa creció haciendo saneamiento básico, educación en planificación familiar, lactancia materna exclusiva, promoviendo mejores conductas de las familias para tener un hogar sano, un hogar limpio.
80% of mothers with children under 2 years old actively participate in the comprehensive care for children in the community. This program covers over 550 communities. In 2005, they received the Clarence Moore Award for voluntary service from the Pan American Health and Education Foundation. For their successful work in training community health volunteers, the Community Health Program has also implemented community-owned pharmacies, which are managed by a network of local health volunteers, trained by PAG to administer medications for common diseases to the local population. Each community-owned pharmacy serves the health needs of at least 4 communities. Over 1,600 communities have access to basic health services and low-cost medicines through 450 community-owned pharmacies in central and western Honduras. Community-owned savings and rural banks have been organized from the profits obtained from medicine sales. an initiative that provides small credit loans to its group members to improve their living conditions. The program also provides microcredit services to encourage the creation of small businesses so that families improve their income. Several projects are started in Comayagua County. The Small Animals Micro-Business Projects improve family income and food security for rural families. Each beneficiary family is trained to reproduce the small animals, such as hens or pigs. The impact of this project is in its pass on the blessing strategy, where the first beneficiary family gives a hen or pig. They have reproduced to another new family from their community or a nearby community, in order to multiply the blessing of managing a small animal project to improve family income and food nutrition.
Esta es una granja de gallinas ponedoras y surge con la institución Aldea Global. Son 14 gallinas y un gallo, pero sí recojo 13 huevos diarios. O sea que formamos un grupo de mujeres, ¿va? Entonces tenemos estas gallinas ponedoras. Como ahorita están produciendo las gallinas, vendemos los huevos y nos ayuda mucho para comprar el concentrado y también para otras cosas necesarias en la cocina. Mira, esta es una jaulita donde vamos a echar los pollitos ya cuando tengamos la producción, para entregarlo y también para hacer crecer también uno.
The experience obtained from the production and commercialization of vegetables contributed to the initiation of the Irrigation and Agricultural Development Project in Comayagua County, where 440 acres of land were cultivated with irrigation system installed, transportation and marketing activities in order to increase production throughout the year. Global Village has also implemented several youth projects such as Youth with Vision, Communicating Life, Employing Futures, and Youth Leaders of Influence, to educate and train more than 80,000 children and young people in vulnerable situations, preparing them with the skills and knowledge necessary to excel in life.
Y con los jóvenes se practicaron todo ese tipo de actividades en el que se hacían algunos campamentos, actividades en los que se reforzaban valores con ellos, hacían compromisos, firmaban simbólicamente compromisos en los cuales asumían abstinencia hasta el matrimonio, la parte de la conservación de su entorno, el medio ambiente, asumían ese rol como entes participantes en sus comunidades. Y es así como hemos tenido algunos logros importantes que hoy en día es digno de resaltar. Tenemos algunos jóvenes que están siendo gerentes en algunas empresas, otros, el caso más particular, jóvenes que inclusive se han involucrado con Aldea Global y ahora están coordinando algunos proyectos o son administradores de algunos negocios nuestros en el Parque Nacional Azul Meámbar.
Prioritizing health in the communities where development projects were being implemented. The Community Health Program is started in Belen Gualshu, adopting the same modality as in Santa Cruz de Yohoa and Comayagua, community-owned pharmacies. Provide medicines at low cost and access to basic health services to over 68 communities in western Honduras. Its impact has been great. Today, regional medicine restocking centers have been established to replenish community-owned pharmacies with medicines and other supplies.
El compromiso pues es dar una buena atención a los pacientes, sobre todo con los medicamentos que vendemos, ¿verdad? Ser muy responsables en la dosis que les recetamos a los niños, depende de las edades. Así van también la dosis que les podemos recetar a los niños, porque igual también ese es el gran compromiso que tenemos, ¿verdad? Porque con la salud de los niños y de la comunidad no se juega, entonces es una gran responsabilidad.
Necesitamos 20 de mujer también.
Iniciamos con el programa de salud en agosto del 2011, esto pues como una necesidad en Belén Gualcho sentida, que era el problema de nutrición y saneamiento básico y salud en general. Belén Gualcho estuvo situado entre los 30 municipios con más problemas nutricionales a nivel nacional, y Aldea Global justamente nace con el programa Salud Comunitaria para respuesta a eso.
With limited health centers in western Honduras, Global Village PAG built and launched the first and only community health clinic and maternal and child hospital in Belen, Gualshu, which attends a population of more than 35,000 people per year. In agriculture, farmers began distributing their agricultural production to formal markets. PAG continues to maintain and repair roads, carries out reforestation activities to guarantee water resource for human consumption and agricultural production.
Más antes nosotros le decíamos al técnico, mire, está bien, esta planta está amarilla, ¿y qué hacemos? Y ahora nosotros como productores ya no usamos que el técnico nos venga, ya lo sabemos nosotros, el manejo, ¿verdad? Para nosotros llegar a tener un adelanto, llegar a producir a siembra. Ya nosotros aprendimos a través del proyecto Aldea Global. Ya nosotros en esto somos expertos, ¿verdad? Sí, sí, somos expertos en esto.
As a result of this type of strategy and the community's teamwork, the second fruit and vegetable reception and processing center was built, which is located in the community of Los Arroyos, Copan County in western Honduras.
Hoy en día, este lugar, esta oficina de Los Arroyos se está convirtiendo en un centro de negocios. Podemos ver nosotros pues que ya acá en este predio nosotros tenemos el tema de invernaderos. Hay dos al fondo que tal vez los pueden ver, donde nosotros producimos las plántulas que necesitan nuestros productores de Occidente. Acá pues nuestros clientes son todos los productores de Occidente. Tenemos también un lugar donde tenemos frutales. La idea pues es tener material para poder reproducir frutales de alta calidad, y tenemos en otra área, acá en la zona de atrás, un espacio donde pues, nosotros podemos experimentar algunas semillas previo a llevarlas al campo. También tenemos nuestro centro de acopio. Acá todos los lunes y todos los jueves vienen los productores ya del campo, traen sus productos acá, y por medio de la Asociación de Productores APROCEL, estos pues son trasladados a los mercados formales de San Pedro Sula.
This new concept of producing vegetable seedlings inside the greenhouses supports local farm producers of the valley and, as a result, encouraging diversification of crops according to the climate of the area. In 2022, over 3 million vegetable seedling plants are being produced inside these greenhouses.
Pues trabajamos 16 mujeres. El trabajo no es un trabajo pesado, es un trabajo suave a la vez, pero sí, sobre todo vamos aprendiendo poco a poco en lo que hacemos. Sembramos varias calidades de plantas, por ejemplo lo que es chile, tomate, pepino, sandía, cebolla y así muchas más.
2020 to 2022 brought innumerable challenges to the country. The COVID-19 pandemic and the two tropical storms Eta and Iota affected the country's economy, increasing unemployment, poverty, and social problems. Global Village began to address the immediate needs of families with food bags, hygiene supplies, and medicines. Global Village purchased a considerable quantity of medicines and medical supplies to replenish its 500 community-owned pharmacies in central and western Honduras. With its community health volunteers, over 176,000 health attentions were provided. Global Village's community health program, the support of its health volunteers, conducted monthly medical brigades to attend to health needs of displaced families. Global Village also joined a marathon to collect food, blankets, mats, hygiene supplies, and bottled water to distribute to over 10,000 families affected by the storms in central, northern, and western Honduras. Also repaired more than 85 community water systems that were damaged. Global Village, in coordination with local governments and donors, has completed the construction of over 500 new houses.
Hoy estoy feliz, estoy tranquila, alegre, emocionada. Hoy duermo tranquila, sin frío, todo tranquila.
More than 800 families now live in better and safer conditions after their damaged houses were repaired or improved with the installation of new roofs, concrete floors, basic sanitation services, and improvement of walls.
Ese sistema de vivienda es bastante económico y rápido.
Sí, primeramente dándole gracias a Dios y a la institución Aldea Global, porque si no ha sido por ella todavía estuviéramos allí, y le doy gracias por la ayuda que Él nos ha dado.
Alegre, alegrísima, y le doy gracias a Dios porque yo siempre soñaba con una casita, un cuartito, porque usted que ve cómo vivo, y ahorita sí voy a vivir en una casita pues bonita, digna para vivir.
Project Global Village acknowledges the generous support of donors from international development agencies, foundations, charitable aid organizations, churches, and thousands of individual donors from countries included, but not limited to Canada, the United States, Japan, Belgium, France, Holland, Italy, United Kingdom, Switzerland, among others who have trusted in the work carried out by PAG in Honduras. Likewise, the commitment and dedication of the personnel who have worked with PAG for over 30 years, who with their leadership and technical experience have made possible the success of its development programs. After 40 years of presence in Honduras, Project Global Village has opened opportunities for development, benefiting a population of over 3.5 million people through its Sustainable Community Health Program, agriculture and food security, infrastructure and life improvement programs, scholarships and training for children and youth, protection and promotion of human rights, natural resource management, emergency response, among other projects aimed at empowering Honduran families to reduce poverty and build just, peaceful and productive communities based on Christian values.
Thanks so much for being there for us, for your prayers, for your financial support, and for supporting some of the crazy ideas that we've had over the years. We've done so many different kinds of things that sometimes I'm amazed that people don't put us away. We started out by planting 250,000 apple trees out in western Honduras that we brought from Oregon. People said, "What are you doing?" You know, and we did. We grew apples out there and peaches, and we needed to, on the big hydroelectric dam, people that lived in the center between the two rivers that made the dam, they couldn't get out, and the mayor said, "Come, you have to figure out some way to help us have better transportation to get out." So, and things like that have always been sort of crazy. We had some good people up there who would say, "What else do you need? Maybe you need something else." And we were building schools at the time. All these kinds of things. People helping us find medicines, find medical equipment. The hospital we built out in Belenguacho was supplied with all used equipment that people found and sent down. We were overloaded at times with all kinds of crazy things that people were bringing for us. And yet all of it went to help a lot of people in Honduras. And that's what I mean when I think we need to share what we have, something that we don't need. Well, there's other people that can use it. And if we're helping someone else, we're helping the Lord, because this is what He told us to do, to help other people. We're just so grateful. And I just want to thank you. Thank you so much for everything. And thank you for the larger donors that we had. Just thank them. I won't mention their names, but we've been very, very grateful for their commitment to us for a long period of time, being there with us in the good and the bad, and making it work. You know, we hope that this is something that will continue to grow, be very sustainable, continue on for many, many years, because there's so much that needs to be done. Honduras continues to be the poorest country in Central America, and the country needs a lot of help. And so we're hoping this is what's going to happen. And we ask for your prayers and continued support to make it happen. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.